Decision-making is critical for running a successful organisation. Good decision-making dramatically impacts the success of an organisation. Yet, many organisations lack a standard and structured approach, resulting in lost time, frustration, and poor outcomes. Hi, I'm Andrew from Janua, and in this fast-track course we will learn about the Janua Decision Framework and how to use the Janua Decision Flow software that supports and enhances tactical decision-making in organisations. You may already be familiar with decision-making frameworks such as RACI, DARE and RAPID. Janua's framework extends beyond where these models finish at the decision, with vitally important decision implementation and decision retrospective review. It's a full decision lifecycle approach in an online collaborative tool. Janua Decision Flow software makes it simple for organisations to adopt a decision-making framework and manage their decisions more effectively. As you make decisions, the data is captured in Janua's Decision Flow, building a knowledge base that continues to drive value for the organisation over time and provide easily accessible records for review and audit. Janua Decision-Making Framework sets out 5 key steps in the decision-making life cycle. Think about your own experience with getting decisions made in your organisation. What worked well, what went badly, and what were the outcomes? Was there frustration, lack of inclusion, lack of accountability, or internal politics influencing the outcome? There is a better way. How you make a decision is as important as the decision itself. The process of making a decision has a significant impact on the decision outcome, and getting that process right is critical. When teams are trusted to make decisions using a structured process, they are empowered and have a sense of ownership and responsibility. As executives delegate this authority, but still have visibility of their team's decision-making, risks are reduced and ownership and agility increase. Decision-making biases and time wasting shrink. Roles and responsibilities. When your team and stakeholders know their role in a well-defined decision process, decisions move smoothly from initiation to completion and create value for the organisation faster. The decision manager is the decision's project manager. They initiate the process, define the decision required, request participation from people to fulfill various roles, and drive the process from start to finish. While they don't make the actual decision, they ensure everything is done to enable the best decision quickly, including validating input and providing a detailed recommendation based on the data and analysis provided by contributors and agreeers. The decider is the person who makes the decision based on the recommendation and analysis. They are accountable with authority to make the decision. They commit the organisation to the decision, track the implementation, and oversee the retrospective review. Contributors provide information and analysis in their field of expertise to assist the decision manager to make the recommendation and the decider to make the decision. They may have experience or expertise in the subject or analytical skills. They prepare the analysis that will advise the team on the best options to consider. Agreeers provide a ruling on specific conditions that must be met for a decision to be viable. For example, when there are potential legal or regulatory implications, the company lawyer or compliance expert is added to the decision as an agreeer. Not every decision requires the assistance of an agreeer. Informed are those who need to know about the decision and its impacts, but don't need to be consulted on the decision. Implementers are tasked with implementing the decision once the decider has made the decision and committed the organisation to action. The Janua Decision Framework. Step 1. Scope and roles. This step sets up the decision for success. Clearly defining your decision will focus the team from the start. Then, make sure everyone knows their role and what's expected of them. The decider initiates the decision process, and from there, the decision manager plays a key role in ensuring that the process is followed. Step 2, data and analysis. Contributors review the options and criteria presented in the Janua workflow. They respond with documented analysis of the options, which is presented to the decision manager. The decision manager then creates a data-driven summary of the options in Janua, which is then reviewed by agreeers before being delivered to the decider. Step 3, review and decide. The decision manager arranges a review of the recommendation with the decider and facilitates requests for clarification or further information. Once satisfied, the decider makes a clear decision and sets the organisation on a path of action. Step 4, implementation. The decider ensures that the correct resources are engaged and committed to implementing the decision. Implementers provide updates to the decider during the implementation phase. Step 5, retrospective. After implementation, a retrospective review of the decision is arranged by the decider and supported by all the people involved in the decision process. The retrospective captures the hindsight view of the decision and highlights what went well, what could have been improved, and what lessons were learnt. So now that we understand the Janua framework and roles, let's see how Janua Decision Flow software guides a team through the process. Here in the dashboard are some examples of business decisions. This view shows key information including roles, dates, and status. Janua is a collaboration tool. You can add your colleagues using the Settings tab by entering their email address in this field. In this example, Bob asks Andrew to initiate a decision in Janua to determine whether to open a new sales office in Melbourne. Andrew creates a new decision, then adds in the decision title. Decision titles are usually posed as questions. Janua Copilot suggests some decision criteria, which Andrew then accepts, and the decision criteria is automatically copied to the analysis section, where you can further refine your analysis by adding or removing criteria. Next, he adds a more detailed description about the decision so that those involved can understand what the decision is about. He then assigns decision-making roles, due dates, and defines the analysis required. Bob, the Chief Financial Officer, is the decider. The contributors are James from Finance, Gertrude from Sales, and Mary from the Property team. Eva from Legal and Robin, the CFO, are the agreeers, and the informed are the CEO and VP of Sales. When the new decision submit button is clicked, emails are sent to everyone with a role on the decision. The email includes details of the decision, the dates, and a request for action where appropriate. James, who is a contributor, sees the email and prepares his analysis. When it is ready, he logs into Janua and submits his analysis in the fields provided. Once all analysis has been received, Andrew logs into Janua to create the recommendation. He uses Janua Copilot to summarize the analysis. He then reviews it, edits it, and finally submits it. Agreeers review the recommendation and see no reason to veto it. If a recommendation is vetoed by an agreeer, that decision option must be removed from the recommendation and alternative options considered. Bob receives an email to say that the recommendation is ready, and he then reviews it. If he had any doubts or questions regarding the recommendation or the analysis, he can send the decision back for a clarification review. However, in this case, he is confident in the recommendation and knows that all stakeholders are informed of the decision's process. He makes the decision and commits the organisation to action. Implementers get to work, and in a few months, the Melbourne office is operational. The decision is a strategic success and helps drive new growth for the organisation. With the new office operational, Bob runs a retrospective review of the decision and captures the lessons learned in Janua. This closes the loop on the decision lifecycle and ensures that all relevant decision details are captured and stored in Janua to support future audit and compliance activities. Tactical business decisions are better and faster when roles are assigned and the decision process is clearly defined. By giving every individual a defined role, you create a purpose-led team that understands the importance of their contributions in the grander scheme, while simultaneously supporting leaders to make actionable, context-based business decisions. Janua provides organisations with structure and consistency for their tactical business decisions. This brings clarity to the process while delivering time savings and quality outcomes for the organisation. We hope you enjoy using Janua, and we look forward to hearing about your decision-making results. Thank you.